Yes, dolls, this is the look that we are going for. You see that look? If you want it, keep watching. Okay, so this is how I did it. If you can see, I did flat twist and I rodded or flexi rodded the ends. I alternated between the rods and then those other I guess perm rods or whatever they are. And as you can see, I'm wetting my hair. I didn't wash my hair or anything like that. This is a probably about a week old wash and go that I'm starting with. So I'm just wetting it so that I can get some moisture in so that I can twist. So that's all I'm doing right here. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I'm just combing through it with the wide tooth comb. Sometimes I do use combs. Probably haven't. See, I need to trim my ends. That's what I'm showing you guys. I'll probably do a video on that, on how I trim my ends. And as you can see, I'm gonna use Eco Styler, the olive oil formula. Sorry I look kind of crazy. I'm carrying on a conversation while I'm doing this. So I'm just showing you how I repeated the process on the rest of my head with this part of my head. So what I'm about to do now is smooth some of the Eco Styler through my hair. I'm going to smooth it from the roots to the end. And I'm going to comb it through again. You don't have to do that if you don't want to as far as combing it through. But as you can see, I'm going to start flat twisting. And I'm flat twisting to the front in this section because I kind of wanted my hair in the front to almost be like a bang. Like I wanted it to be over my eyes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure. I didn't have a mirror at this point, so I'm trying to make sure that I have it twisted the way that I want it to go. And I think right now I'm trying to decide if I do want it twisted to that side or to the other side. I'm not really sure yet. And I'm trying to get somebody to give me my rubber bands. Because I do put rubber bands on the part that I want the twist to stop at. And then I put the rod in it. Which I think is a very important part so that your twist doesn't come down and it's not loose. I wanted my twisted section to be pretty tight and defined. So as you can see, I'm just going to smooth the rest of that hair out with a little comb. I'm going to try to get it as smooth as possible, and then I'm going to rod it. It doesn't matter which rod. Actually, at the end, I'm going to split. I'm not going to show that on camera, but I'm going to split this section that you see there, and I'm going to use one perm rod and one flexi rod. I just kind of like the variations in the way the curls come out, which is why I use two different kinds of rods. So I'm going to repeat that process and flat twist this section, and I'm going to actually twist them going the same way instead of the opposite because I didn't want the part to be too pronounced. I didn't want the part to really show as much. As you see, and I'm going to have to do a lot of separating for that to happen, but if I twist them in the same way, it kind of makes that process easier so that it isn't like my hair is going two different ways. Because I didn't want that. I didn't want it to be a definite part showing. So I'm just going to repeat the process, and I'm actually going to show you that I'm going to split this section and use one perm rod, one flexi rod, which is what I do pretty much for the rest of my head. So I'm just rodding it. Now, this is kind of a pain to sleep on, so just be prepared for that. I mean, it's really not as bad as like a curl former. But this is actually 2 days later. I'm not going to say and the next day because I told you guys I hate that. I don't have those super drying powers. And I've already taken out the rubber bands just to make this part a little slower. So you're going to see me separating it now. I'm taking the flat twist out. As you can see, it gives pretty nice curls. Definitely, while I left it in for 2 days, you want to make sure that your hair is completely dry, because if it's not, take it from me, you'll have kind of a frizzy, fluffy mess on your hands. And my hair actually in some sections wasn't even dry yet, and all I did was damp it. So I had, like I said, I don't have hair that dries quickly when it's wet. Like when it's wet and twisted up into a section. Now if I'm in a wash and go, yes, my hair does dry pretty quickly. But if I twist it up or braid it up or anything, you can bet it is going to be a long time. So I'm just taking the rods out As you can see, I used different size rods and different kind of rods, as I said, because I really like the difference in the curls. I didn't want a uniform little curl or a uniform big curl. I just kind of wanted it different. I like that look. So I'm just gonna keep taking it down. And I'm actually going to do more separating in the back than in the front, because I kind of wanted the curls in the front to be a little bit more, I guess, defined. Another thing, I didn't use a whole lot of Eco Styler anywhere in my head, because I wanted the fluff. I kind of wanted the fluff, but not like an extreme fluff, which is what I said. I made sure that it was completely dry so there wasn't a frizzy mess, but I did want it to kind of be fluffy. I wanted it to be kind of, I hate to say this because it sounds kind of bad, but I kind of wanted it to be a sultrier kind of look, I guess. Because I know that it's around that time of year when people like that look, and I wanted to give you guys that option with your natural hair, so that you can know the natural hair. Why can't natural hair be sultry? I don't understand. So yeah, I'm just taking it down. As you can see, I'm almost finished. Oh, this style lasted me about 3 days, because I kind of forgot to pineapple it one night and I went to sleep on it, and that didn't work well. But yeah, it's a pretty great style overall, and as you can see, I'm just going ahead and making sure it's separated as I would like it. You can pin up your side if you want kind of a funkier look. Pin up both sides, it kind of looks like a mohawk. Whatever you want to do to it. I think I pinned up one side this day, and then the next day I pinned up both sides. But that's all, guys. Make sure to subscribe and comment on this and thumbs it up. Bye, guys.